हाँ तो मेरे भाई और बहनों और दुश्मनों, आ जाओ एक बात करते हैं आज। क्या बात करते हैं मुझे खुद नहीं पता, क्योंकि मैं भूल जाता हूं. So anyway, I don't know what I was gonna say, so I forgot. But let's talk about the third part of meeting your spouse. And this is actually the most simplest thing that you will see. Okay, so let's not waste time. Let's get started. So if you see it this birth chart, right? Don't worry about this being like an Aries ascendant. Just don't think it could be any ascendant. Okay? But one thing you want to focus on are the planets that are sitting in the seventh house. Because the planets that are sitting in the seventh house, they alter and interrupt how and when you meet your spouse. Okay, they kind of, it's not, the correct word would be the disturber of meeting the spouse, but the thing is, this is adding on to the flavor of meeting the spouse. Okay, so for example, if you take this and you have, let's say, sun is in the seventh house. Now that means sun is becoming responsible regarding your marriage, regarding even your relationships, any encounter you have. Okay? So that means if we are looking at a more traditional sense, you're going to see that father's going to get involved and disturb that energy of you to meet that person. Most of the time, you will see with sun in the seventh house, father will disagree with the person that you choose. Father will become responsible for you to meet that person. Fatherly figure, authoritative figure, and including sun will show in the seventh house that a person will actually meet a person near a temple or a government building. But when you meet that person, those particular places, you will see some form of disturbance of ego happens on that date. Why? Because sun not only becomes the disturber of how you meet the spouse, but sun loses its directional strength. Not even directional strength, I should say, that will be more in the fourth house, but it naturally, sun is in its debilitated position. That means the person, when you meet this person, somehow your ego is going to be hurt or shattered. Maybe because you thought this person is very peace loving, normal individual, but then you find out that this person, especially you're a man and this is a woman, and she's making 4 times the money that you're making. She comes from a family of family money and wealth, and here you are, a middle class person. So here you feel like this is not going to work out because this person's not in my league. Okay. And again, you can't jump to conclusions because this is only the third part. I'm not showing you the fourth part right now. But in this particular case, you will see that a person feels that shatter of that ego on that first date, especially the one that you're supposed to end up with. You'll feel a bit of that inferiority complex. Okay. But like I said, with sun in the seventh, father will disturb, but not in the best way. Because again, sun is in its position of fall, where the king's ego no longer matters anymore. Okay. Then, let's say you have moon in the seventh house. Well, then that's simple, right? Mother's going to be becoming responsible for your meeting of the spouse. You will meet this person in moon antardasha, pratyantardasha, or moon main dasha itself. A person will have to, you're going to see many, many changes happening around you when you meet this person. For example, a person can meet several people at the same time while they specifically meet this person that they end up with. Like suddenly multiple things become active. And you will also see with moon in the seventh house that again, a person actually here seeks the approval of the mother. Either you will seek the approval of the mother or the person that you're meeting will seek the approval of the mother. Okay? That's what's going to happen. And especially with this particular moon, usually a person is going to meet this person in a place either which is a very touristy area. Place obviously where food is, sweets are, near a body of water. Whether it's even a swimming pool at a hotel, you're sitting at a window inside, having even a coffee, but then there's like a pool or there's like this pond that the hotel resort has. Sometimes I've actually seen people who will go into a regular coffee shop, but then there's a painting of like ocean and water and like a ship. So you see that becomes that environment of the moon. And usually with the moon in the 7th, it'll be a very cozy, homely environment. Okay? Then third, we will look at Mercury. So if Mercury is in the 7th house, then again, Mercury's Mahadasha, Antradasha, Pratyantardasha becomes active. Mercury will represent younger sisters, aunts, uncles, okay, friends that will somehow be involved in your approval of the marriage. You may, like, especially when you meet this person, you will see the first thing you would do is text their image to your friend. Hey, what do you think? Like, you will try to seek that approval. With Mercury, naturally, it'll be like a marketplace where people are doing business, merchants are there trying to do business. Those are the kind of environments you will go to. You will go to especially environments of fun and games. Okay, so those environments you will seek. Hey, Rambo. No. Rambo, come on. Rambo's here. I know you guys can see it, but he's here. So, and then Mercury, obviously, again, just like moon, because remember, Mercury is the son of the moon. So multiple opportunities become active at the same time. Like you found this person, before, but also you've had these other couple of choices to be with the person, but you chose this person, even though you may have met the other people as well. And with Mercury, usually you will see that Mercury is communication. Okay? Usually when Mercury is in the 7th house, this person will always would like to talk on the phone first. They always want to get to know the person to see if, and you will see Mercury in the 7th house, the person gets attracted to the voice and the tone of voice of the person. If they don't like the tone of the voice, how the voice is sounding, it may not be such an attractive turn on for them. Okay. Then, of course, our good old Venus. Okay. Venus will bring about luxury environment, luxury malls, center of a particular city. Like, for example, even if you live in a small city, you'll be like, let's meet. The area that you will pick will be more of downtownish area, where all the entire junction of the city is meeting. Like, for example, if let's say you look at New Delhi, India. So let's say I was in Shalimar Bagh, right? But then if let's say I was to meet somebody for a date, they'll be like, why don't we meet at Connaught Place? Why don't we meet at Karol Bagh? So they will desire to meet in or like near where the parliament is, like the actual downtown New Delhi. Okay, this is how and also with Venus in the 7th house, you will see. You'll feel like this relationship is not going to happen. I won't even meet this person. You'll feel like this opportunity is kind of dead, but then you still end up meeting with them because Venus's job is to revive something. So you will see these type of scenarios play out. Like even if you ask your spouse that before you met me, even if you have Venus in the 7th house, were you like just doubtful, like it was not going to happen? But then something just happened and it revived things between us. So it brings this energy of revival. Maybe you just ignored this particular proposal. You're like, no. I'm going to go for these two. They are much better options, but then you went and you're selling, no, okay, fine, let's give this one a chance. So what happened? You revived that particular proposal that wasn't supposed to be. Okay. Then, and with Venus, naturally we see that naturally an elder sister can get involved, or some woman or lady may get involved in you being introduced to your spouse, especially if you're looking for that arranged marriage type proposal. Okay. Then comes Mars. Now, if Mars is in the 7th house, how is it that you're going to meet this person? Well, first of all, it is you who's going to be making that choice of meeting that person. Like whether you're a female or male, you're going to be the one who's going to be making that decision. Even if younger brother, because Mars is younger brother, male friends, they come and you won't care. It's your decision that you're making, because Mars is the original ascendant lord sitting in the 7th. And when you meet this person, you're either going to meet this person where in a restaurant there's a raw fire. Meaning, like for example, in US, you will have barbecues. Like you may go to a barbecue place where there's real raw fire, not a gas fire. You may go to some tandoori dhaba in India. There would be, especially like a fire station, police station, near where you are, army barracks, where you are. Okay. And with Mars, you will pick a particular place of either adventure, or there'll be some shop which is connected with technology. Like I've had people who met at a coffee shop like Starbucks, but next to them was an Apple store. So Apple is what? Technology. It's all technology. Technology store takes place. But what happens with Mars in the 7th house? Most of the time, and again, I can't speak on culture to culture basis because it depends on the country and their, cultural conservativeness. But like, for example, if you're in a Western country or some modern India country, literally the first date can actually become intimate. It's like a Mars can give this spark like that. Because Mars is the type of energy that says, yes, I like this person now, because Mars is physical. Mars is a Dhiya Karka. Mars wants to now see if this physical energy will work or not. Usually with Mars in the 7th house, a person prefers some kind of a physical interaction, just even on the first date. Okay. Then you will have, of course, Jupiter. Usually a person with Jupiter will seek a very traditional way of meeting this individual. First of all, yeah, you can meet this person in a library, at a place of knowledge, again, place of temple. You will meet this person near a banking place. Finance. You can meet them in a financial district, jewelry district, where there's a lot of like cash money that is being involved. Okay, Jupiter will show that you will like guidance in your ability to meet someone, and especially, of course, Jupiter Mahadasha, Antradasha, Pratyantardasha will matter when you meet this person, because it's Jupiter who's becoming responsible for you to meet this person. Okay, so Jupiter becomes the catalyst, and Jupiter is again can represent either a mentor, somebody senior, in a or like for example your professor may be involved in you meeting this person. How can they be involved? Meaning you were in some professor's class and both you and them were interacting with the professor when you kind of eyed each other. So this is how the interaction will be. It's a very, like, one wants to have that orthodox way of meeting some. Now if you have multiple planets, so again, like I said, this can stretch to 5 or 6 different levels of meeting someone. We'll cover them all, but again, I'm trying to go step by step so you don't get confused. Okay? Saturn. Saturn is in the 7th house. You most definitely will meet this person in your work, career. Elder brother will be involved in meeting this person. You'll meet this person at a place where there's a lot of like small merchants on the streets who might be selling goods. You will meet this person again in a very traditional way. You want, first of all, this person when you meet, yes, you can meet them in Saturn Mahadasha, Antradasha, Pratyantradasha, because it'll be very significant for you to meeting this person because Saturn is becoming responsible. But the thing is, this person wants to take very slow steps, very calculative steps towards meeting this individual. So Jupiter and Saturn are very traditional planets. One wants to meet somebody in a traditional way. They look for somebody who's very traditional. You're not going to marry an astrologer like my wife did. You want somebody who has proper job, who has a proper education, who has a proper family, good human being. You're going to look for those traditional values when you meet this person. And yes, sometimes you will see pain in the knee can happen while you're about to meet this person. And especially when you meet this person, something significant takes place in your professional life, in your career. And again, because Saturn represents old, like you can even meet this person near some nursing homes, hospice care. Like I've had somebody who met somebody near a senior golf course. Because there's shops everywhere, most of the places. But then there's also these other things, significant things that we can remember. So it was like a senior community golf course. So they met there. Then, of course, Rahu. Rahu will represents multiplicity, right? Rahu will obviously show this person is going to be dating multiple people when they make the decision to be with someone. Rahu will definitely bring about somebody through online, social media, certain type of apps. Okay? Rahu will definitely show that a person will meet somebody for drinks. Let's meet for drinks. Meaning you'll meet them at a bar. You'll meet them at a restaurant where you may have a drink. Traditional sense, again, if you saw the level 4 or 5 that I will discuss, you may meet this person near Durga temple. You may meet this person near a pharmacy or hospital. Okay. And of course, with Rahu, you will connect this person while either they're in foreign lands or you're in foreign lands. You will meet this person when absolutely Rahu, Mahadasha, Antradasha, especially Antradasha is running. And Rahu brings about sudden things. Okay, Rahu is very surprising planet. It throws curveball. Like in cricket and baseball, they throw curveballs, right? Or you can bend it like Beckham. Either way, curveball comes in like you're about to just get engaged with this person and boom, suddenly from the sky, this person drops and you cancel everything and be with this person. These are the situations you will see. And with certain situations, like I said, Rahu may even bring multiple marriages. Rahu will bring multiple engagements before you meet the right person. And it's better with Rahu in the 7th house is if you meet somebody of a different culture and ethnic background, because the more you meet with somebody of your own culture, your own ethnicity, the more there's going to be this space between you and them, which either grows over time or you just will feel the space. So always with Rahu, you want to be open to meeting anybody and everybody. Because if you limit yourself, I want somebody from my own caste, from my own ethnicity and all that, I've not seen good marriages happen with that. Because again, if you, let's say, follow Nadi, what do we say in Nadi? Nadi's remedies are simply aligning with the chart, then going against the chart. But again, certain other things can bring a traditional person, which is level 4 and 5 that I will discuss later. When Ketu is in the 7th, okay, usually a person likes to meet somebody in a very isolated place. Isolation. And it'll take a long time for you to meet this person. First, the person just simply wants to talk, wants to take time. There'll be naturally 2 or 3 breaks in your meeting of this person. Like you're trying to set a date that either your timing is not working, their timing is not working. When it works, something happens, something calls. There will be these disruptions before you meet this person. And you will meet this person. You will see, especially, let's say if you're looking at India, you can meet this person in front of a Ganesh temple. Okay. You will meet this person in a very narrow gully, narrow lane. You'll meet this person where you will see there's a lot of, like, there could be like a chartered accounting office, a butcher shop, tattoo place, or a place where they, let's say, they can have a temporary place where they're giving vaccines to people. You'll meet them near a monastery. Okay. God, there's so many other places. You'll meet them near a place where they're selling like chandeliers. Or there could even be a vegan place. Maybe you met them at a vegan restaurant. But especially when Ketu's in the 7th house, there'll be a lot of disapprovals around you to meeting this person. Like nobody may actually like this person that you're meeting. And after that, you're going to have to convince people that this is the right person for me. Okay, and of course, with Ketu in the 7th, the first date will not go well. Again, it's going to take several tries for you to really understand this person that you're wanting to meet. And especially, usually we'll see very impulsive decisions will be made when you meet people. Like you'll meet wrong peoples first because you impulsively said, yes, I want to meet this person. Yes, I want to be with this person. And then you're like, no. Like, and you will see with Ketu's in the 7th house and you make a decision to be with somebody, and maybe the next morning and all that, when you were looking in the mirror and you were looking at yourself, something clicked. That either I don't want to be with this person or I want to be with this person. What happens with Ketu being the lower half of your body and then Rahu being your head, when you look in the mirror, they're both together, right? This is where you make that actual decision. That did I make this right decision or not of meeting this person? So whenever you have Ketu in the 7th house, look yourself in the mirror before you go anywhere else. Before you go on that date or meeting that person, making some decisions with that person. Because yes, people do make headless decisions with their life partners. Why do you think divorces happen? And then if you have, let's say, especially Uranus or Neptune. Uranus will bring very awkward situation related to meeting this person. Like very unusual circumstances that you can think of to meeting this person. And Neptune will be very mysterious. Very unusual, mysterious, magical circumstances to meeting this person. Maybe both of you suddenly found each other on some astrology forum. Some magic and tantra place. And your conversation was triggered because of astrology and something mystical. But it'll be very unusual, awkward circumstances with Uranus and Neptune. And especially with Neptune, you will like to meet them in a very secluded, mysterious, quiet place. Because you want that experience with that person to be magical. You're not there using your logic. Or these other planets. You're using a planet that is the most unusual of them all. And usually with Neptune in the 7th, you will always somehow meet somebody near a body of water. Or during the twilight time, even below twilight time, when sun is just below the horizon and it's just that blue dark sky. Okay, so this is how you will be meeting this person. Now, in the other one, like I said, multiple planetary in the 7th house will change those scenarios. Aspects, like for example, you had Jupiter looking at the 7th house. Okay, with these planets, all those circumstances change. And this is what I say. Even if I show you all of these things, trying to see how you'll meet their spouse takes a special skill. Like either you have it and you get it, or you'll just be going around in circles. But like I said, when you're that astrologer, when you're looking at that chart, things just come together and you can say something within 20 seconds of how you'll meet the spouse. Sometimes as an astrologer, you will realize intuitively that the planet in the 7th house is not going to matter right now. What matters is this other thing. And this is where that game of astrology is, where AI cannot determine. AI will just look at some things systematically that, hey, this is in the 7th house, 7th lord is here, this is how it's going to happen. But then that intuitive part which is missing, that none of these matters because all of these things are being canceled with this particular planet and only this part of scenario is working. Okay. Like I haven't even spoken about the Dharakarka part. That'll be next that I'll discuss. Okay. So anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want any readings related to marriage or anything, you can go to Kapiel's channel or this link here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.